He said he was going to rip the textbook to shreds, the test, the Zeus test. He's going to rip it to shreds. We'll see if he can do that or bonk it to shreds on the Jax. Also another option.
Can be a viable side lane threat. They might have an edge.
Here we go, guys. Game number 1. Let's jump into it.
Ooh, CT1 already responding. Faker is on his way, but Meganar still a little bit away.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. He is just going to hop away. He's got the Galio to ult in as well. As Meganar ends the Galio ultimate is enough to push them away.
Really was continuously falling behind. He would be in trouble.
Flash on in. They're trying to get on top of this Yumi, and he will go down. The polymorph was too quick.
Oh, hold up.
Keria had no chance, and now no Meganar, no Galio ultimate, no teleport from Faker. A second kill will go to the side of KT, as he was just an orange buff in that case.
And KT, explosive mid game here, and if you put the T1 comp on the back foot early on...
They're getting in. They have 6 on Cuz, but not able to get in range was Lehens for the double knockup. Nice flash away quickly from Owner. But the aggression is so... You can feel it. I mean, you can see it happening. KT are getting in T1's face, and it is working out here. They're going to take away this red buff as well.
Deep trouble immediately is... Oh, boy!
Galio's coming on in, and that Syndra doesn't have cleanse. They are going all in onto BDD, and they finally take him out. Took a little bit, and they give the kill to the Sivir.
Thank you for proving my point, T1. As I pointed out, as slight misposition. Didn't think that BDD was mispositioned. Neither did he. Clearly, that was the case. Faker, the great instigator, able to immediately get the taunt off. Think that BDD thought that maybe he would be able to live through that. Because this is why they turned the tempo around, and as I pointed out,
okay,
here they go.
Yeah, just going to be on the hunt for something. Here comes Keen, and Owner goes behind the turret, and they do not get the turret. 40 health on this mid tier 1. You have a Jax and a Zeri to potentially, carry the fight from there. So
yeah.
You also have better range than everybody on the other side of the rift, right? Other than, maybe Sivir boomerangs. And also you have a Lulu to potentially keep you alive. So there's like a lot of other ways that you could have survived outside of a crown. So I definitely do agree with you. There also are a lot of ways for T1 to proc that with the Galio and the Sivir specifically. So we'll have to wait and see just how much value that crown can get. We're always looking at crowns as, was it correct? Was it not?
So what's new with you, Veldas? I know, but, maybe you want to enlighten. We haven't had any time on the casting desk yet together. So, we got a little bit of LC Gate downtime.
Well,
hold up.
You say that, and here comes Owner, and this is the dive comp, but aiming is totally fine. As Faker's ult got canceled, there is the exhaust, immediately gets cleansed, aiming still having to go forward. He will eventually go down, right? He's gonna go down, no, maybe he will not. He is going to fight through to the end. And just because of that, T1 used everything to try to get the Zeri, and they could not kill her. KT take down 4. And now they will take the Baron.
Zhonya is very good in terms of utility as
Oh no, T1 tries to group up to try to fight this one. Now Owner is going to continue in. He immediately goes down. A little bit of hesitation from the T1 side, and KT's like, really? You want to fight us here? I don't know about that, buddy. As now Keen gets low, but they're just getting baited into this. KT are wiping the floor with T1 in this first one.
And KT going to be able to push through here at the very least. Inhibitors are going to be broken, might even be looking towards the end of the game if they really want to try it. It's early still.
They have Baron.
Could be looking for it.
Still 30 seconds of Baron. I think you go for it.
I agree.
Just don't overstep your bounds. Siege the turrets. See if he can make it happen. They're going to get this Scat of the Week onto Faker, who is looking for the engage. He is going to get a pretty nice taunt on the aiming here. Who's still alive? He's still alive again as both Nexus turrets go down. And KT are looking back at the right time, but here comes the TP from the side of T1. Point. This is why teams generally take it safely when going for these early pushes, as now here comes the Galio. The entire dive is going to hit the front line alone. Do they have enough? In goes Keen, as this Counter-Strike is only going to hit 1, but Meganar will take him down. So T1 do get 2 extra kills on the backside of this fight.
So gonna need a couple more of those.
There's 4 stopwatches for KT. Owner's just dead again, I believe. He's getting pretty close. Aiming very, very close to taking him down. Does have to flash to get it, but still going to be worthwhile. As Owner once again kind of left out to dry. kind of what it looked like in the last fight as well, just trying to make a stand. You know, T1 needs to dive, but not looking too clean as in goes Faker. He's being kited. The Mega Narc stopwatch aiming! Puts on the Nikes and says, no thank you. I will not be getting taunted tonight. I will not be getting Mega Narc tonight. As their stopwatch number 2. Faker goes in alone. He's trying to create a front line here for Guma and Keria, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. KT will be taking down the Nexus here in game number 1.
With Zeri and Lulu run over the bot lane of T1, and then on the other end, Cuz, look at this. He did more damage than both his solo laners, right? Like, really,
he did so
that to me
much for the team.
Was... I went for aiming, spoiler alert, but I was really... I had Cuz first, and then went to aiming, and then went to Cuz. It was very tough. I like this adaptation, actually. I think the Orianna is in a very special position here, where I do think you're going to get shoved in and have a tough time in that way of actually impacting the map. But when you look at teamfights, Orianna does a couple of things. She provides reliable DPS. She enables Vi, because if you can get a Vi ultimate with an Orianna ult off, it's a great combo. But she also enables Kumayushi in case that you're not.
If it happens, it happens. I'll be happy to see it. I'll be happy to be proven wrong if it does work out. Maybe Faker can make it work. Maybe T1 can make it work, but we need to see it happen. Let's jump onto the Rift here for game number 2.
Owner heading towards that top side. Kindo going to be very safe for the foreseeable future. Looks like Zeus is getting an early crash in, so don't think there will be any crazy early action. Only thing T1 needs to do is to make sure they actually crash this wave, and right now that's not the case. Lahens pulls it. This is very obviously, though, a setup for Cuz, who was like, oh, no, they're backing? Oh, they're not?
Yeah.
But this should also be known to T1 that this is coming, that they need to get out of there.
Oh, leave those ranged minions. They were like getting in there to try to harass the Lucian, but it looks like they should be okay. Cuz just going to try to back them off. They could potentially hold it.
Mini.
Not going to. Here comes the Vi. Up on the top side, going to hit that one. Keen holding on to his flash for next game, and that is going to be first blood given to the Vi. And this Drake is, again, started very early by Cuz. And it will go unseen for now.
Well,
seems
now
to
he
say
knows.
No, though.
Yeah, I think Cuz is the piece out. The moment they realize Faker is missing. Will things happen, Veldas? That's the question.
I think they will. Generally, you know, this game is made to have things happen. As a nice little lockdown in the ult from Faker, he's going to have to try to flash away, perhaps, as he's trying to get over towards the Yuumi. Is going to get a nice little heal as now BDD might be the one that has to flash. No, the turnaround as Cuz tries to take out Faker and fails. He's got a tiny little shield, and the heal from Lens is enough, as BDD will pick up the first blood.
I mean, it's chicken soup, so that's kind of the point.
Not all chicken soup has chicken. Owner is going to get ganked here. He might just be dead. He's not even able to get to the wall or do anything, as Cuz just a little bit too fast for him. So that's the second kill on the board here for KT, as this is actually a nice amount of damage done onto aiming. Not quite able to get that final chapter to get the root in. He still had Cleanse and Flash and Steal from the Nami anyway. As now On the Hunt is coming out. He said, well, if Cuz was here, he would have come in already. As Exhaust going to be used, and the trade is getting in there. Low is aiming, and he gets taken out. And Guma and Keria will pick up the double kill as they exert their dominance and assert it over this bottom lane.
Okay, now time to die. We gotta get out of there. I think Guma might not be able to. Oh!
Wow, double execute. And Cuz was not able to get there on time.
But he's not, as we're fighting Valdez.
Yeah, this wave is going to get some decent value, at least delay, but is it enough as the Gnar will hit a couple as in goes Zeus, and is trying to get this ult down onto Cuz. They don't quite have the damage though to T1. Again, still very early before Sivir's doing much, and Orianna has one item, so still waiting for them to do something, and T1 not really able to challenge there on that second Rift early. From the bottom lane of T1, something we've come to expect at this point from these guys. As Owner's alone in the jungle, while I say that, he's got a cat on the back, as in KT go once again to challenge his red buff. Cuz might have to be the sacrificial lamb as a nice ult comes in from Faker to make sure that they can secure that kill. Faker hit it! First ever assist for the LCK. Congratulations, he has passed Gorilla. Well, I suppose he's about to, as he has tied it for now. As here we go, we got a team fight. In goes Cuz, but hesitates a bit, backs away before going in with the Cyclone. A huge Faker ultimate gets 2, but immediately the turnaround comes in from KT. Is aiming, is getting dove on the backside by Owner here on the right side of this fight. They're not quite able to get this Lucian, and aiming will take him down, but take a look at the top side. Guma also kiting it out very well, trying to take down Keen, and Faker is just barely able to get in there, aiming a little bit too low to actually continue on the fight. As aiming, you got to get out of there, buddy. That's Cassante. BDD is all alone. He is going to flash and actually take out Faker with the Dunkarino. The Montreux will pick up the kill. Does he have to pay for it with his life, though, as over comes Keen? And the Mantra W is enough as Guma, he's got a cat on his back, and they will have to back away from that one.
It's not a good time to be a top laner, Feldes. I know you're a salty.
Let's talk about Sivir again.
I know you're a salty Orianna player, but
okay, I mean, they should have expected this, but maybe they're just waiting for it, as in goes Cuz way too deep alone. He's got that second Cyclone, and all the TPs coming in. T1 are like, yeah, cool story. Now your jungle is gone, and we're going to go for a T1 Baron.
As you were saying, you should be ready for that. They were. T1 very clearly had their fingers on the trigger, ready to go and punish KT when they try and look for such a play, although Faker...
Faker, he should be okay, though. He's able to get away. He's got a Yuumi on his back, as this Baron is getting to about half health at this point in time.
Aiming's alive.
Aiming is alive, as Ingo saves, trying to 100-0 the Keen, and he will go down, so no Gnar is going to come in and saves just a monstrous tank at this point in time. And I think that is enough to push away KT. Lahens is just dead. He's alone, as the Baron will be taken by T1.
Why are we still zoomed in? Is it not over? Okay. I'm like, is he going to kill more people? What's happening, Jonas Strong?
Hey, he's got that going. It's going to help a little bit, of course, for the Lucian and the Gnar, who also does have. As the splish is coming in, they're just trying to naturally chip away at this, even without the Baron buff. T1, you know they're staring at that timer. As aiming takes a massive chunk, and Faker finishes it off. And now your 80 carry's gone. So all of a sudden, they're missing a lot of damage with not a real mid laner. He is unkillable. Nobody can kill him, especially with aiming not here, so Lahens might just die. As he tries to flash away, he does not have Tidal Wave, so he just dies. Faker gonna take him out, a very messy one, as in they go. Onto aiming the flank from Zeus, and T1 want to take this game right now. They do not want any other objectives to be part of this one. As they will take down Cuz, and finally the Gnar comes in, but way too little, way too late. The Cassante, again, is pretty much untouched. Just gonna TP into mid lane, and that'll do it for game number 2. T1 will tie it up.
And that game was close until it wasn't, Feldes. Overall, T1 looking revitalized here in the second game. Really good individual performances. Zeus and Gumayushi to me most notably. Both of them really popping off. But while all of that happened, Faker's also sitting on a 5-1 and 7 scoreline. And maybe there's a little bit of hope for an Orianna main after. Just be Faker. You know, just be the best player of all time. No biggie.
Played it really well.
Could make it work.
Worked out for them, and that is going to be that. The Nexus goes down. We are tied at 1-1, and we have a series on our hands. Yeah, it didn't take them too long either. A solid 31.5 minutes. They did their T1 Baron, and were able to get a lot of value out of that. The GOAT has surpassed everyone except in losses, which is a good thing. So first in every positive stat, although I guess stats is also up there, but he's been around for a long time.
You will have a mid lane that is Prio that can roam towards bot on a moment notice. And the Rise is so strong as both an individual pick that I do actually think that you can get this bot lane towards a later stage of the game, especially with the counter shove that Heimer has as well. But does that matter? And that's where I'm like, I don't know, because Ash Varus in terms of...
Yeah, not the first time for them. They did a great job of that in game 1. We'll see if they can pull it together for T1 in game number 3. I mean, on the other side, you saw that the refillable is here for the Varus. He also went Biscuits. Ash has a couple of pots, so they should be okay. It's not like gonna put an end to this by any means, and they're only going to get more and more obnoxious, but even a heal used by Guma just to make sure they don't get too low. As now, some damage onto Lens. He's got Owner in the bottom side already at level 3, but this is spotted. 2 supports butting heads. Top lane looks like it's going pretty even at the moment, but of course this is being pushed in with a fairly large wave, so Owner trying to potentially set this up as Cuz unseen for now, but they'll know that he's here as they move in. Now gonna make a move on to Cuz. Flash on in, the stun is there, and the follow-up with the Sejuani stun. Oh, can someone auto him? First blood, Owner gonna take him down as he is extremely low, and now the rotation will be coming in from KT. Yeah, can Realm Warp for sure just to make some vision as, nope, he's gonna get over the wall. And he is going to spot Owner with that Realm Warp, and that will be an execution for Owner. So works out for T1 in the end.
Bit unfortunate execution on because it starts off amazing, then it went a little bit yakety sax, and then it ended amazing again. So in the end, T1 I think gonna be happy as all our hands.
Oh boy. Unfortunate timing for Faker is now the gank from the Heimerdinger might be what is all that he needed, as now BDD just follows up with a flash and okay. Waiting for the reset here on the mana for Faker's ult, and he actually gets away for now.
He's not going to go for the execute, though. I think
they're going to spot him, yeah. Cuz is coming over, and now, yep, the reset of the mana on the ult. So Faker still very low, but he cannot execute, so Cuz should be able to clean this one up. Yes, he will. 300 gold over to the KT jungler. Area not level 6 yet, but he has Ghost, and he's kiting down BDD. He's got him slow. There's no flash on BDD. His Owner goes in, and they will collect and feed this to Faker. Free kill for Faker as Ghost Ashe support is what essentially starts that one off.
Oh, they're going to have even numbers, though, with Aiming coming over. I don't even know if that's enough. They're still connecting with an ultimate. It looks like T1 saying, why take the risk? I don't know who this T1 is. Letting go of a Herald, you know, I thought we'd stayed in the same meta for about a year now, so maybe T1 would act the same. No, they're like, we can get free plays on bot lane. We already got a kill.
Okay, they are actually going to throw that in, and the Ashe Arrow as well. And the Chains of Corruption. They really hate this level 5 little guy with the crazy hair, and you know what? That's just going to be another free kill, and that's what happens when you draft a comp like this. Your pick potential is just off the charts.
Mid lane shenanigans as Faker's going to fight Cuz.
Yeah.
He's 2 levels up.
Kind of interesting. I mean, the arrow is going to come in, and the flash doesn't help him at all. Chains of Corruption, you are gone. They feed it over to Faker as well, who now has 2 kills under his belt and is stacking the XP and gold. T1, they are just actually, and where T1 is in terms of their lead. Lens. Free damage coming in there from Faker. Total vision control essentially here for the side of T1. It's another Ocean Soul. The 3rd one in a row. Somebody turn off that Ocean Soul switch, I swear. It's okay. Lahens with the big flank, I guess. The arrow comes in onto the Wukong, and he gets 100 to 0'd. Lance can't even get there on time. They kill him so quickly. And a couple of kills come in. And the Rift Herald is going to collect an extra kill over to the Varus. Make it 4. Can we make it an ace at 18 minutes? T1 just kind of playing with their food as Faker will just Sonya's at the end as the ace will be collected. Gary, he's not messing around. BDD's like, no, we're going to get him.
I think they will.
Yeah, they'll get him.
But at what cost?
This is Ashe.
That's what we ask ourselves.
Are they? Oh, no. They're not going to get him?
No!
He lives! Oh, the damage from Guma is insane. And this game is pretty much over. Faker is just globetrotting all over them now. 3 kills. I was going to say something, but I'm going to hold back. I'll give him a C-, okay?
There you go.
Instead of what I was going to say.
Maybe a D+. Overall, the fact that Carrier doesn't get taken down to me is baffling. And I'm tilted on behalf of KT because we knew they were dead. We knew they knew they were dead. They knew they were running towards their certain demise.
Yeah.
But couldn't they at least have gotten the Ashe?
Penta. He can't even get a Penta. He was able to get a triple.
I don't know.
Push coming too fast. Uh-oh. No, he's just not. It's fine. Right? Is it fine? Yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine. Maybe it's not. No, it's not fine. Faker's legendary as he gets in there. and picks up an 8th kill. This should be the end of the game. T1 will just push down the mid lane, or maybe the bottom lane where they do have minions. They have it in both, does not matter. 24-minute game as T1 will just stomp them at the end of this game. Maybe they'll play with their food as well, looking for a little dive onto the fountain. They're trying to bait in Faker, and they will take down the Nexus in time. Bunch of good-natured buddies as 16-1 is the final kill score as well. Easiest game it felt like for T1 as they skated to the victory and the 2-1 tonight.
Look really, really good. Caught off guard one game, but fortunately in the LCK, as T1 remembers very well from spring last year, we're playing best of threes. So in the end, not going to be a problem whatsoever. And overall, it's the same gold graph. Is it Jax? Is it Jace? We don't have any other top.
What? Whoa! Okay,
we do
never
have
mind.
other top laners.
It's the Keen Urgot. And
it's the grab.
This is what he used to play all the time. He absolutely loved it. It became meta, and he really got good at it, and then just continued playing it. He didn't really stop.
I hope we get a lot of attention paid towards the top side, because I don't necessarily see it. I feel like the Cassante at least should be able to, with his W, try and cancel the Urgot E, and then that takes away a lot of power. Maybe it'll be like a Q-Max build. We'll see what ends up happening.
As well. But very cool draft. Let's see how they work as we hop onto the Rift for game 1. Yeah, Urgot siding.
You said Lookings.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could use sidings if you wanted to, but I think Lookings is fine. I think everyone.
Only I get to make
saying.
mistakes, okay? As we're baiting.
Yeah, Aiming gonna have to relentlessly escape this one. Bubble is good for zoning, but Lehen's still in trouble. Taking a lot of damage. Flashes too late. And Aiming's not gonna get enough back. That's first blood going over to Nongshim.
15,
Yeah.
2014, 2015, something like that.
That's 8 years ago.
Yeah. But I think that was the name of it. I'm not
Well, no,
entirely...
I'm just impressed
It
you
was
still
something
know.
like that. Position reverser of some kind. Sylvie is going to find a Cyclone onto Lehen's here, though. Gets the double knock-up. This is 1 versus 2, by the way. And he is going to go in and pick it up. Cuz is, he's going to find a Permafrost. There's an ultimate, but he's going to have to get out of there because the bottom lane will turn up. Oh my god, Nongshim. Hilarious. Well, we'll see whether this power of friendship's going to work right now. BDD in trouble. He does have flash, but I don't think using it's going to do anything. Scatters the weak, but they are in fact the strong. There he goes.
It's very straightforward. Not too much to say. Very little time for BDD to respond. Nice CC chain. By the time he's able to scatter them away, it's already way too late.
KT are looking for Dundun. They have spotted their target, but always, Nongshim are ready. They do not let a man down.
Look at Fiesta.
Yeah, that's a couple of plates going over to KT, but Fiesta was roaming up inside track. Oh, Aiming is absolutely fine. Dundun happily catching the wave, though, so no worries there whatsoever. Just looking to grab a little bit of damage on this turret. In the meantime, BDD in a fair bit of trouble. The final chapter comes down, but that Scat of the Week was fantastic. Fear Beyond Death! And Fiesta explodes.
A little bit too much chewed off there by Nongshim, trying to both play for mid while your jungler is taking Dragon. That's not allowed. Very nicely timed. Keen going to be able to pick himself up and get a kill there. And very important, I think, that KT keeps finding these type of kills if they do not want to get completely out-tempoed and outpaced in this game. But 2 Drakes available for another Ocean.
Yeah.
So Cuz might be in trouble.
Yeah, Sylvie still dashing forward. There's the culling. Dundun happily tanking that one up as they get the flash out of Cuz. Tidal Wave going to come through as well. Sylvie with the cat. Dundun's going to turn up as well as Aiming's going to get knocked up with the second activation.
Unfortunately, not the case here. PE is alone.
Yep, and they are going to be able to get the charge. So Shirley getting her job done beautifully here. Fiesta not going to find the chains. BDD still at full health, absolutely fine. Extendo beam being fired towards Aiming, but nothing really to worry about as far as that mid lane. Just a 1v1 casually there. Still 30 CS up for Vital. Having a great game here. Of course, was one of the players that you were singing the most praises about. Chronicler was Vital in his return. Looking forward to seeing how this one's going to go as Cuz uses his extra tankiness quite nicely there as a flash out from Fiesta gets him to safety. steals away the Glacial Prison, and that's fantastic because survives for so long. The Cyclone's not enough, and aiming locks down the kill. KT just standing their ground, and I swear Cuz was dead.
It's not quite going to be worth it. Health bars are kind of low. This might be in
Bubble's going to connect
trouble.
as well. There's a Disdain as Fiesta's dashing away. He will survive for now as he throws the chains out, but Dundun is just going to hijack him. Keen picks up the kill though, and now he's looking to turn it another Disdain as he's almost killing 4 people by himself. In the meantime, the rest of KT are like, we'll take the turret. You guys do what you want, Keen. It's fine.
I think as Nongshim, you're still going to be not too unhappy about that trade, but this is kind of showcasing some of the inexperience from Nongshim. Hold up!
Yeah, here we go. Sylvie's looking for the Lucian, and he'll find him. He just explodes. Cuz has to walk it out. Fiesta grabs himself a tidal wave as Dundun looking for that flank angle, and he will get it. Nongshim, they'll just return the favor. Grab this outer turret in the mid lane. And man, KT are being forced to work for this one. I think Nongshim feeling pretty good about the state of this game.
Really are. Can't give up this inner though. Keen is just pushing.
Yeah.
And I think it might go down. I don't know if Dundun actually has the damage. And I don't think he can 1v1. Keen's not going to take the risk because he also doesn't know if reinforcements are showing up. They are. Dundun also doesn't die though, and he does have a 4 mil. So
Vital's going to turn up. All right, there is the fear beyond death. Can Keen get him low enough? The answer is no. I mean, it's Sante, so...
It's Cassante with Yuumi.
Yeah.
So no. It doesn't get much better than this.
No, exactly right. And also, Vital has had a lot of experience as well, right? Like, spent some time in OCE, came back to Challenger, then went to LJL, now he's back again. As here's the Cyclone from Sylvie, looking for the priority target. This time aiming is going to survive, but he's just going to get altered by the Silas. Fear Beyond Death comes in though, and Keen is terrifying. Fiesta, however, is also going to be able to take down Cuz, and now Keen is on the wrong side of this one. We've seen this position before, and it's going to be another kill to Vital. 5-0-1 for this Zeri.
Getting more and more fed, and even with Sylvie going down, he's the one that baits the cooldowns, that instigates the fights. He creates the space.
I mean, what I want to see is the combo from KT, right? Which is Keen lands the ult, and then you cull that that player down, and you're able to pick it up. Scatter the Weak's fantastic. To start this one off as another Cyclone comes in. This time, not going to get that massive value, though, as Keen goes golden. Fiesta now fighting him, but he's going to do the same thing here as Cuz flashes away. Fantastic Scatter the Weak.
Vital.
But Vital just goes into the front line. I don't know about that, buddy. The bubble. Phenomenal here as the knockback from the Cassante, and Vital is still alive. They are definitely doing it, and Lehen's no options here whatsoever. It wasn't pretty, but it worked, and Nongshim get the ace.
And with the power of friendship, is that a good call? I don't know, Atlas, but it definitely worked, as Nongshim at the very least going to get themselves an inhibitor. Do not have Zeri, so I'm not going to call it over quite yet, but at the very least going to be a demanding lead up here. Wondering what they're going to try and go for the actual end. Looks like they will.
Oh, they got a wave. They've got
try.
a Yuumi. They can do this.
Yeah, they're going to.
They are. 10
Oh
seconds
my
left
God.
on aiming. This one is over, and Nongshim are going to do it. They'll take down KT in the Sunday of upsets, Chronicler. This is it. The power of friendship reigns true.
Jax, I feel like Cassante has so much utility, is very hard to gank. And you know Nongshim's going to play towards bot side again because, spoiler alert, everyone plays towards bot side all the time.
Yeah.
In any situation. The one big difference is, of course, that Fiesta this time around should not be able to contest for mid.
All of us, as is the case today. Plus Huni. What a deal. Let's get into the game.
Into what is classic?
Here we go.
There we go for Keen.
Yeah, Keen, let's see whether he can get a win in his 500th game here in the LCK. Currently 9th as far as most games played in the LCK as well. So really, really cool stuff. Score still up there at 5th.
In the earlier days. Fiesta, you know he's there. One job. Things coming down. He knows. He's aware.
He does still have his trinket ward available.
But as I was saying, that's...
Oh, yeah. Well, Flash is going to... Okay, never mind. Arctic Assault comes in. There's the Flash, but BDD picks it up so comfortably. His soul entirely unbound, and that's first blood for KT.
Exactly what you need to do. You need to shut down this casting as soon as possible. You already killed to BDD. Exactly. Genuinely, like, full stack armor, and at some point, KT can't win teamfights anymore.
Yeah.
Ooh, we have
All right.
gank here. I think Vital. Oh, okay. Well, they're really.
Yeah, maybe they don't even need to gank. Maybe Lahenz is just dead as Vital is just running at them. Sylvie smells blood in the water, and rightly so, as in he goes. Lahenz is going to at least shield it up for the moment, but Sylvie will still get there. A little bit late with that polymorph, as now Amy's going to chase after him. Peter can turn up, though, so Sylvie's easily out of here if he wants to.
Yeah, they must have known as well that Cuz was coming based on the position that Amy went for, so not going to take any risk. Sylvie is about to hit 6, big spike there. But with how weak Fiesta is, I would not be surprised if Nongshim are going to err on the side of caution in regards to actually playing as, oh, Sylvie.
Oh, dear. That ult was an ult that you could use. Sylvie's still dead. Ult comes through from aiming to lock that one down. Yeah. No,
well, he is Cassante, so let's see. See what happens.
This is probably enough people to kill Dun. Yep,
it was.
Tanks up the turret. Very nicely done. Fiesta roaming over, sees B2D, says, I'm going to stay in this brush for as long as I possibly can. Teleport available for both B2D and Keen, so I don't think too much is going to be taken from this bottom outer turret. At least I hope not, anyway. As we've got a bit of a rotation down, it might mean that if there is an opportunistic teleport, which there is...
And reasonably, this game should be not necessarily over, but quite close as if Vital dies here.
Oh dear. If Vital dies, Peter dies. That's the really sad part, is that layering CC just beautiful. Peter in trouble. Aiming gonna have to flash. Takes the last shot, and he will be taken down. Sylvie looking for his opportunity as well as he flashes. He's not wasting any time. Gets that revenge. Beautifully done. And that could be a bit of an angle back into the game here for Nongshim.
Peter does get the 2 kills, which is not ideal. Most of the viewers involved. As, oh, like this.
Yeah, Keen gonna throw down the ultimate here. Dun in a bit of trouble, but Fiesta's going to come in, and if this is a kill for the Kassadin, then that is massive news. But B2D, he teleported over as well, and Keen will survive. B2D, Unbound Soul, he will have to pop
Vital.
back there as Vital's making his way in. On the hunt, has been popped, but he ults his way out. And that is going to be a sealing of the fate, and that might actually be pretty close to a fate being sealed. Oh, if there is one, this is it. B2D will be able to grab that kill.
Not even going to let Sylvie get this ward.
Yep, he is just going to get ulted. There is the fate sealed from B2D. He's going down relatively low, though, as Peter's doing some healing, but not going to save his Wukong, and B2D just binds his soul back together again and gets out of the way of any sort of danger. We'll have to see. As Dun is going to collect himself for Keen. The Cyclone comes on down. Keen trying his best to escape this, and the rest of his team are doing Baron. He's going to get exhausted. He's a very tired Jax that's going to go back to the fountain pretty shortly, but this Baron is well and truly dead. And Nongshim are like, dang it. I guess that was what was going to happen.
They knew. Yeah, they were just desperately trying to get anything out of the situation, because
they had the reputation.
They are a product of our environment. You have to take a responsibility, Atlas. Come on.
That is true. That is true. And I'm happy to take responsibility for it on behalf of the LCK.
You know, maybe Sylvie gets IE at some point in this game. I feel like I've been talking about how maybe Nongshim can do anything if they get like to 5 items for 20 minutes now.
Yeah, if all of them get 6 items after selling boots, that's when we'll have a time. As Sylvie gonna have to get himself out of there. The decoy is going to come through. Final chapter. They're looking for an opportunity. Fiesta's dashing forward. Lahenz is in a bit of trouble, but now Cuz is wanting to turn it around. Sylvie has no real way of doing anything, but Fiesta goes golden. Out goes Sylvie once again. They almost managed to do something, but they're so extraordinarily far behind that it is just not enough. In the meantime, Wet Noodle fight on the top side of the map. Let's check that one out.
Why does Sylvie have
was great.
2 arm guards? That's the thing that baffles me. Okay, he's changed it up. Well, game is over. It doesn't matter. As overall, Nongshim, a Hail Mary call. They were like, we're going to lose anyway. Might as well try as it goes in.
Yeah, Dun looking for that opportunity. B2D goes down. Okay.
That's
an
big.
Opportunity. Dun might die, but he takes the Lulu first.
Wait, Sivers
Civ is still alive.
No.
They have control of the pit.
No.
Fiesta is on a flank angle. Unseen right now, but is going to be spotted.
Is it Elder for Nexus, maybe?
Maybe, because Keen is already starting in that mid lane. Let's see what can happen here as Dun is going to push back Cuz. He gets himself in there. It is going to be a 50-50 most likely. B2D does manage. Oh, the Elder was taken by the Sejuani this time. Now aiming is just melting everyone. It's a triple so far. Make it a quadra. And that is going to be the end of the game, but not the end of the series, Chronicler, as we get to do this one more time as KT and Nongshim are tied up.
LCK teams, we have a little bit higher expectations of you than what we witnessed just here.
Yeah, it's not necessarily been a day for it. However, it's the Lunar New Year. A lot of people are having a lot of holiday cheer. A lot of holiday cheer right now. That's completely understandable. Nongshim decided that objectives, not really things that they wanted to look at so far this game. And in fact...
oh God.
Oh, wow.
He's going to do it.
Oh, Dundun.
For the first time since the Challengers Finals.
Oh, the Game 5 Jax.
I want
split push win condition.
Set expectations. This was against Thanatos, which very strong player in the context of Challengers. He went 0-7. Unless what?
A Stretch Armstrong in your lane constantly.
We'll see.
We'll see indeed. Let's get onto the Rift.
Although he will get spotted here, but I think Sylvie wins this 1v1. I don't know.
Well, he's going to Stretch Armstrong him back and press some W's quite a few times here as Permafrost is going to come in, but the Gak man pretty happy to just continue losing health, getting a little bit smaller. Losing them.
Is he going to find Lahens? Wait, they're going to know about Lahens now.
Well, that is a flash stun. The snare's going to come through as well. Flash comes out, but still, Colin the Meek is keen, and Sylvie turns up a little late.
Aiming is still alone.
The Heimerdinger gank.
Should be able to get out. Cleanses the Ignite.
Oh, Peter's flashing. Expected the Arcane Shift and then looked a bit silly. But I did like the idea there from Peter. That could have been a mega play.
I appreciate the confidence.
Right?
If that works... Oh, Lord.
41 CS ahead. This is third plate. Yeah.
That's an okay trade.
Oh, that scat of the week was really cute from Fiesta. Okay, we'll see whether it's actually going to mean the kill as Let's Bounce came through for one knock-up, and now they need to kill the Bloblets. BDD trying to fight it, trying to defend his jungler, but it's not going to work. Lahens trying to stop Peter here, but the turrets are going to be able to push him away as in goes Sylvie. That spacing from BDD, just extraordinary, and Sylvie looks real silly.
Lose the fight and probably lose the game.
Well, Aiming going to have to cleanse Arcane Shift to get out of that Glacial Prison. That is a big cooldown that has been removed for this Dragon fight. Yeah, BDD also going to be
oh God,
very close to Seraphs as well.
They don't see it yet.
Okay. In goes Keen. He is looking so scary. Fiesta offering a bit of damage back there, but honestly, it does not matter whatsoever. Keen comes on over. And yeah, Ruthless Predator sometimes isn't named correctly. In this case, absolutely is. True Shot Barrage, fair bit of damage onto Vital.
The E earlier. That was the grenade. The predict grenade.
Oh, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I
mean,
the
confidence I want.
If Aiming had have Arcane Shifted, he probably would have Arcane Shifted to where he grenaded, okay?
True.
So it was pretty sick.
Yeah, so this is very nicely done by our observer, showing that BDD is getting an inner.
Yeah.
And the outer is still very, very much standing. And it's hard to engage here as well. You don't want to engage onto a Zac. That feels really bad. But trying to throw anything on Aiming also doesn't really work. As
Dun-dun. Dun-dun. All right. Kane's going to Dominus. Finds a Ruthless Predator. He might just die. Manages to cull the Meek as, oh my goodness, it was a 1v1. Oh, Dundun, you've been robbed. The Leap Strike's fantastic. Ruthless Predator comes in again and BDD gets the kill. But I think in our hearts, Dundun won that. Lahan's going to get caught out of position. Vital gets some revenge here as Sylvie's in trouble. Aiming, great positioning right now as he chases them down. Ooh. But, cuz Elastic Slingshot, he's very low. And yeah, I think it makes a bit of sense that he's decided to cancel that one.
That would make a lot more sense. They have spotted him. They know Dundun is coming.
All right, Kane finding an angle here as Sylvie off to the side. Not spotted just yet. Winter's Wrath coming in. Control Ward, not long for the world.
Dundun is on a deep flank, but he's a man with a mission, but I don't know if it's the right mission. Drake's definitely gone, so it's all about the fight.
Yeah. Sylvie biding his time. Cuz smites it away, and Dundun, I'll go back to lane.
Finally! Will it happen?
Well, this run warp right in the middle of the lane will take them to the Baron.
No!
Oh dear. It's not happening. Teleport to come forward here as everyone wants to get amongst it. As double, as Fiesta and Dundun will turn up. Scatter the Weak doesn't really do anything as Lahens trying to get out. The Baron goes to KT, but can they win the fight is the question. And I believe the answer is a resounding yes, as BDD is a machine gun. And Fiesta, he will be able to take himself a Hex Gate and get out, but I don't think Peter the Beekeeper is going to be able to do the same. As, okay, Fiesta may also not get out because this is a, it's a Zac. And so therefore, he can go everywhere whenever he wants all the time.
What is happening?
What are you doing? Peter is a god, okay? He kept everyone busy for a really long time. As the Elastic Slingshot comes out again, Cuz has his passive. So I guess he just doesn't care. Stretch Armstrong not going to work because there's nothing else to attach it to. But Fiesta is still dead, and KT will win a resounding fight after getting themselves also a Baron, also getting Soul Point. They'll take the Inhibitor turret. In this one, Inhibitor going down very, very low as BDD having a field day. Just really enjoyable time. Level 18, of course. And, just ready to do the damage. Fiesta in trouble here as Amy's just going to dive on forward. Cuz looks a bit silly because his target's no longer there, but that is the Ruthless Predator on top of Sylvie. Keen diving on in. Dundun in a bit of trouble as BDD's running so extraordinarily fast and now just walking them down. Vital and Peter on the fountain. They can now try and free hit. Permafrost comes on in as BDD gets his shield, and he's absolutely fine. Just rise things, I guess. Oh my goodness, the Mystic Shot picks it up from aiming. And yeah, this is the end of the game, guys. KT massively far ahead in games 2 and 3, but Nongshim finally getting a victory. It might be one singular game, but I think that if you watch them during Challenger, if you've become a fan of this squad that have been playing together for so long, then you're going to be very, very happy with that because KT is a team with so much more experience under their belt, and Nongshim taking a game is huge.
Those were not fast games.
No, they still took a bit of time. Yeah.
I think that really, we are, until the patch hits, this is how the game in terms of pro play is going to look.